Hey guys, Dan here. Just thought I'd do a new video of my games room, my new setup. This is pretty much the ultimate setup for me. I've got a couple of things I want to do with it still, but it's getting pretty close to being a sweet setup. Let's go through it. So I finally got my 1979 Nintendo metal cabinet arcade table working. Spent about 6 months repainting and restoring and cleaning everything up as much as I could, and got some guys to put a new 48-in-1 game board in it, so that's pretty sweet. Really enjoy playing that, it's a lot of fun. Haven't actually converted the joysticks yet, so this being a Space Invaders game originally, kind of Space Fever, Space Invaders rip-off, it actually only goes left and right, the joysticks. So I've got to put some new joysticks in that go up and down as well, allow me to play all the games like Pac-Man and everything like that on the 48-in-1 board, but still a lot of fun at the moment. Over here I've got my Killzone Liberation PSP banner. Very lucky to get this. Very good friend of mine got this for me, and I was pretty stoked to have it in my collection. Got my upright arcade cabinet. This one I'm kind of planning to put a Neo Geo board in that. Play some of the sweet games I remember playing at the arcade that were Neo Geo. That'll be a lot of fun. Don't know when I'm going to undertake that project, but probably happen at some point. You'll see it running. Alright, you've seen all my games before in the previous videos if you've seen them. Kind of nudging over 800 now, a few over 800. Really happy with what I've got. Trying to get a few more rare games that I haven't got in the collection yet, but it's getting pretty close. Up the top there I got my Street Fighter 15th anniversary arcade stick for the PS2. That's pretty sweet. Picked that up recently. That's a new addition to the collection. Got a heap of new games that I won't run through right now, but there is some that I'll do a short video on later. And yeah, some box consoles all up the top there. Same as last time, nothing too heavy up the top. Keeping all the box consoles as good as I can. Picked up Donkey Konga for GameCube. Really stoked to get that. Meaning to get it for a long time. Managed to pick up a mint version, like pretty much brand new in the box, still wrapped and everything, from a guy that just didn't play it. Picked that up at a good price. And now, one of the big new additions to the games room, other than the arcade table that's running, is my big glass cabinet. It allows me to display all my box consoles, and we'll go over there and have a look. So now that I've got this set up, it allows me not to keep all the stuff in the drawers, which is nice. It's nice to have it out because, you know, it's hard stuff to get sometimes. And yeah, got all my box limited edition sets in there that are all complete and pretty sweet. Below that, it's a bit hard to see, but I've got all my Game Boy collection. Just the consoles themselves, all the games are separate in another area. Then I've got all my box games. Instead of having them clogging up the bookcase where all just the raw games go, all my kind of old school box games that seem to be a bit fragile and don't stack too well, I've got them all standing upright, allowing me to kind of get them out of the way. Starting kind of with my NES, going through to Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, I've got about 4 Japanese Nintendo 64 box games. You know, they get different stuff to us here in Australia. They actually get a plastic inner, whereas the Australian Nintendo 64 games only have cardboard, and they get a little cheat sheet instruction manual. I might pull one out at the end of the video and show you quickly, but just allows them to kind of, before they even get home, read this little, you know, A5 bit of cardboard that shows them how to play the game and become masters before they even get home. It's so not fair. I blame that. That's why the Japanese are better than us at gaming. Then I got all my PC games, a couple of other Japanese little limited edition box cases for different games. Down the bottom I've put some of my spare consoles that I'm not really playing, but I wanted to have out. So I got my Resident Evil 5 Xbox 360. I was very lucky for a friend, got that for me. He also got me the Halo, like the gold hard drive Halo. I don't know which Halo edition Xbox 360 was. Maybe it was Halo 3, I think it was. But he got me that as well, with the actual red one from a shop, and the Halo Xbox 360 turned out to be faulty, so Red Ring of Death, we took it back. But yeah, my original Xbox that I ever purchased when I first got my 360, and I've got the little HD DVD player next to it there. Got 5 Xbox 360s in the house now. I've got my little Black Elite here, which is for me to play games on with the LCD in this room. Those two I don't really run. And then we've got another arcade Xbox 360 in the bedroom, which is for my girlfriend. And then we've got over here, I don't know if you can see it, but just below the plasma on the right hand side in that little cabinet is actually my new Xbox 360 and PS3. So that's when I'm playing all my big games. Alright. Moving on, got my Power Glove with a couple of these specific Power Glove games like Glove Ball and Rad Racer, which wasn't a Power Glove specific game, but it's kind of from The Wizard, that movie that had the Power Glove in it. So I thought that'd be pretty cool to kind of keep there. 6-switch wooden Atari, stoked to have that. Been meaning to chase one for a long time. That's a recent addition to the collection. And my Ice Blue Nintendo 64. So you've seen all the box games. That's pretty much the entire collection. Now what I'll quickly run through is just some extra bits and pieces. So up there I've got my Super Advantage Super Nintendo controller. Much like the Donkey Konga, it's mint in the box. All my little figurines and TV games, and box full of spare controllers when we have games nights and stuff. Set up my 25th anniversary Wii, just so I could play a bit of Donkey Kong Country and Returns and all those kind of new Wii games. I'm not a big Wii fan, but I actually really enjoy some of the real solid titles that have been made for that. So I play them now and again. And then, as I've explained to you guys in a previous video, that's my 2 AV switch boxes. Actually got 16 consoles hooked up to this TV, which is pretty sweet, allowing me to kind of play as many consoles without having to get up and unplug stuff. And it's all by remote, other than turning the consoles on, so that's pretty handy too. And then, yeah, my little stack of GameCubes. History of video gaming. A friend of mine gave me that. Really cool poster. Actually showed me a lot of consoles I didn't even know existed that are kind of, you know, iconic consoles in different countries. So that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, just all my consoles all hooked up with their controllers and my Sega CD down the bottom there. And that's basically it. So, thought I'd share my new gaming setup. It's a pretty sweet run. I'm very happy with the room. And I'll be sure to put up a new video here soon on some of the rare games and bits and pieces.